There I am. It's just me today. No more charts. Checking it, check. Let me get rid of that echo. Baba booey. Fa fa ho hi. So listen, TikTokers out there, YouTubers, where are you? See, this is called free content right now. And what we're about to do in this next hour is I'm going to demonstrate how today, September 25th, Thursday, between the hours of 9 o'clock and just now, were officially the greatest 2 hours in the history of trading. And if you're not appreciating it, look at my face for just one agonizing moment. Right? I'm trying to put serious face on. I know it's hard. That's why I never made it as an actor. I always have a dumb smirk on my face. So that's what my acting teacher told me. Or more than one person told me I got a dumb look on my face. Hang on a second before I go any further. Make sure everyone's paying attention because this is going to be a doozy. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to show you the most. This is by far. Hang on a second. All right. Chickadee check 1 2 1 2. You guys got me? Fancy mic and all, right? Everybody out there, you see me? All 9 of you guys that are watching. Raging Bull, TikTok, YouTubers. Not even sure if this is going to YouTube anymore. I hope it is. Let me see if it is. Let me make sure. Hey, by the way, did you fix my feed? Is it going anywhere other than the 13 people that are watching me? I think I got 13 people watching right now. It's not a big number, especially as I'm about to demonstrate why today, September 25th, Thursday, between the hours of 9 and 11 a.m., were the best 2 hours in the history of trading. You might want to strap in. All right. Let that set in, right? Now, what I want you to do some homework, right? I want you all to have a few symbols that you want me to look at because I know what I'm going to show you, right? And I think you're on board with most of the names that we've been trading: space rockets, robots, quantum, AI chips, and what's the end now? The end is the nuclear materials, right? Nuclear and nuclear materials like your MPs, your USARs, your UUUs, your DNNs, your URAs, your OKLO. I know you're watching that one. So I'm going to get a cup of coffee, drop some heroin into my eyeballs with a little dropper, and then we'll be ready to rock. There will be no schmooze today. This will be your schmooze. All right? My audio's bad. Son of a... See, we can't have it all. My audio should be good. Why is my audio bad? You're bad. All right. Well, we're going to start with the conversation. They're going to start the conversation with FOFO. All right. And if you guys don't know about FOFO, you FOFO should. You FOFO fucking FOFOs. This stock is our new go-to name, not to trade, but when people need the answers to something, you say now FOFO, and I'll explain in a second. Let me get my cocaine coffee. Why is it doing this? Why is it doing this? I don't know. Okay. All right, and we're back. We're not back yet. Let me sit down. Hello, folks. My name is Fred Garvin, male prostitute. And like it or not, you're spending the night. All right, that's a reference that nobody knows anymore because I'm old. But my name is Kenny Glick. I've been trading since the womb. I think my dad was doing Morse code when I was in my mom's stomach, teaching me how to trade. By the way, my dad, if you guys know, is the greatest trader on earth, right? And he doesn't sell stocks. That's what he does. He's more of a collector of stocks, Qs, some of his long-term holding. One of them is Oracle. And I literally trying to hack into his account to sell it. I finally got him to sell a call against it. So if anybody's still in Oracle with my dad from 1997, he finally, and the reason I'm talking about this is that now that we have a smidgen of volatility in the market, we talk about this, and we're talking about this on my podcast. If you don't know, I have a podcast with our friend Don Corleone from Stocktwits and Twitter. Nice combination we've got going there because he's all about the fundamentals and all of his analyst connections, learning about what these companies do, forecasting, usually looking to hold anywhere from 3 months to 3 years. I'm the more visceral guy. I care about charts, but I do like understanding some of the companies that I'm trading, the sector, right? That's really all I need to know. And that's kind of where this conversation is leading. It's the sector is what I need to know. I don't need to know why something's happening. I love the premise. And as Don was explaining to us, why we need to be in these nuclear stocks because of the AI quantum. And it makes sense. So everything needs to be powered some way. And nuclear is the way we're going to go. And because of the Fukushima disaster, a lot of these stocks have come down. They were coming off 90% haircuts or 90% destructions. So having 50% rebounds is not too hard. And that's where a lot of those stocks are doing right now. And I think there's a lot more to go on the upside. So we've had some fun with that. All right. So a lot to unpack here. If you didn't know, podcast, it's called The Trader's Edge. It's on my YouTube channel at Hit the Bid Radio on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. We'll be doing another one on Sunday. So now let's go back to this FOFO conversation. Now, FOFO, ridiculous, right? This is an IPO, Chinese IPO, and the name of it is Hang Feng. Everybody hang Feng tonight. Hang Feng Technology Innovation Company Ltd. So I went to the company's website. I did a little due diligence. And if you read the description of the company, it says, we don't do anything. We're a fake Chinese company, but you schmucks will buy anything that we put out on your market. That's their business model. Go Google it. The business model is, we're not a real company, but you're going to buy our dumb stock anyway because it's moving. And that stock, the reason I'm bringing it up to your attention is that's exactly what it did. So here's FOFO over the last FOFO couple of days, right? So it all started as a joke, is an IPO a couple of days ago, right? And I was like, holy crap, an IPO under $5 in this market? I'm in. and then I saw it was a Chinese stock. I'm like, oh God. But you know what? It held. It never broke the lows of the day. We had some fun with it. And next thing you know, woo, ripping. We had some good times with the FOFO, right? And then it crashed. And I thought there was less than zero of a chance of this stock coming back because I figured it was a pump and dump Chinese IPO garbage. Inevitably goes to zero. I still think inevitably goes to zero, especially if you read their business model. It's hilarious. It's just a bunch of words. It doesn't actually have any. They don't do anything. It just says a bunch of words. It's hilarious, right? So hilarity ensuing, right? But the hilarity now is that the stock refused to die. And if it doesn't want to die, it's a buy. Look what this thing's done. What started as a goof trade at $5, right? We made money. We made money the next day. We crushed it the next day, right? And then no reason to think this thing's not rolling over to go to zero. But when they don't want to die, they remain a buy. And look what this thing did when it broke over that 1589, which was the all-time high. Went to 20. And then today, and then yesterday, and then the follow through today. So the reason I'm bringing this up to you, right, is this. I've been doing this for 30 years. I used to want it to make sense. I used to want it. I used to want to have guy like Don, let's call him Chris, that's his real name. I always wanted to be Chris. I wanted to know about the companies. I wanted to know why these things were going up. I wanted to know the prospects. I wanted to know the CEO. I wanted to know the insider buys. I wanted to know the institutional ownership. Now, FOFO. All those answers now, FOFO. Why do you need to know any of that? FOFO. 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 Momo. Go, go. That's all you need to know. So if you trade FOFO with FOMO, that's a no-no. But if you trade FOMO while it's a go-go, I don't got anything to rhyme with that, but you get the idea. No FOFO, no Momo in the FOFO is a no-no. But FOMO in the FOFO is a no-no unless it's a go-go. But the answer is FOFO. So when people ask me, hey, why is this doing that? Why is this doing that? Who cares? Right? Like this morning when I said, hey, I'm probably not buying this dip. I wasn't, because I wanted to see if the Qs went to a certain level, right? And they went to the certain level. We were looking at, this is 15 days worth of VWAP. Look how freaking close we got. That was our target to the downside, right? So we got there. Okay. So now your question is, now what? Oh, did you think the market was going to crash? You know, we don't go down anymore, right? So these 3 days might be it. Not just for the week, not for the month, for it. That's it. You had your moment. FOFO. Right? So whether or not you think that's true, the market is telling you, yeah, you're right. And that is the FOFO trade. Just be the market. You don't got to beat the market. You don't got to outsmart anybody. You just have to understand that the market knows more than you and certainly me and everybody else combined, right? So let's go. I'm going to show you some screens. I'm going to show you some charts, and you're going to be absolutely flabbergasted, and you might be just mortified, as a matter of fact. Because I'm kind of mortified. All right. So right now you're seeing a reason that the Qs were just bought, right? Because your new generational low is today's lows, right? Now, let me put on a 1 minute chart to show the extreme, the nature of this trade. Now, I have a trade, right, that I've painstakingly put together from 30 years of doing this, understanding market mechanics, and now accepting VWAP as the only thing on my chart. That's the only thing. The red lines were just my pivot points, and that's where I covered my short. The orange line represents prior day VWAP, or I anchor it to the prior day. I could also change it to any time frame I want, right? But I generally stay with today's VWAP and prior day. If we're below prior day VWAP, that's usually bearish. If we're below prior day and today's VWAP, super bearish, reason to be a shorter. Reason to be a shorter from 5 o'clock in this morning, and still a reason to be a shorter at the open. I was not buying the open because these levels, these 15-day levels and these 10-day levels, the 10-day was the, see how it held it to the penny a couple of days ago? The danger sign was that UVXY volatility products were going up, and we were breaking a very, very significant level, a 10-day VWAP, which was held just 2 days ago. You still got to be a shorter. So 10 days breaks down. We're looking for 15 days. How you doing? Right? And let me just put it on the bigger chart. What I think is going to happen in the next is the 20 days. And you'll really see it on an hourly basis. even if we do break down, right? Where are we going? We were going to go down another 5 or 6. You didn't think a bull market just ends, right? It's not going to be over. This is historically the week where the market actually stops going up for about a week. And then next week we resume our course, usually back up, and then start ripping all of October, all of November into December, then January. And then we start talking about the January effect and tax season in February. And then we're in Vegas. And then the market will sell off one day while we're in Vegas. And then it's March and it's April. And next thing you know, the Qs will still be probably around 660, 700 by then. Right? Right? Did you wake up this morning and you thought, oh man, this quantum trade's over? Yeah, okay. Sure. Right. It's over. Right? The Industrial Revolution was just canceled because the market pulled back for a day. Yeah, okay. Sure. And I'm the bear here, right? I'll let you know when it's over. When it's over is when we don't have a day like today. Let's get into it, right? So you came in, and I don't know if you trade open, but this is my favorite stock on the planet. Not that I think it's going to 20, not that I think it's going to 50. I think it's going to 0. Inevitably, this stock will be at 0, sub-zero. But that doesn't mean anything to me because I know this stock continuously gets short squeezed, continually gets bought on every dip, and then also continually gets sold off quite often on these pops. So it dips and it rips and it rips and it rolls. That's the stock where you can make a living on, right? So my first go-to trade was this stock. Of all the stocks on the planet, and again, listen to the words coming in my mouth. I think inevitably this stock is at 0. Means nothing what I think. So then I strap in. I'm like, all right, cool. The stock's been selling off. It's selling off. It's selling off. This all started with a little scalp. Under $8, right? Under 8. You guys remember 7/8? So 8 got you 7 and 7/8. Remember 787? See how I went to 787? Old school trading still works, my friends. And this started out just as a scalp. So stock breaks 8. It fakes out, shakes out, back above 8. Buy it. And it's not about whether it works or not, because you're right now it's just starting with an identification of risk, right? I can buy the faux show, so fake out, shake out. I buy the 8 break. Then at 809, I'm thinking, hey, I think I'm onto something. I'm adding to it. Then at VWAP, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start selling a little bit already. But now we got a faux show VWAP break. That's when the bro happens. So we went from risking 12 cents to making 25 to making 50. And then here at 862, 1/8 of a point, sold some more. And here I'm thinking 875. And then it rolls over and I get stopped out at the prices where I sold on the way up. So 850. And then that's my ass getting stopped out right there. And again, it was a joke on me. That's me. That wick is me selling. And then it bounced as soon as I got out, which the joke, I was like, oh, of course it's bouncing because I just sold the rest. But then it rolls. And that roll does what, friends? Creates a new faux where I got fauxed. And then there's the show. How about now you get a chance to buy it back with a new risk parameter? You're buying it back at VWAP at 835 where I sold it earlier. Now I'm back in at 835 using what? 824 is my out. And we up to 898. And now we're still long until it breaks under 850. Now that's just one trade. So let's go through the list, right? And there's another one. We're still in this one right here. GEMI, right? You guys were with me last week. The stock sucked, right? And then we held it, but we actually got out of profit. The next day I tried that again, blew up in my face. I got wrecked. Bought 5,000, 6,000 shares of it. Stock stopped me out. I got smoked. 3 days later, I'm like, good thing I got out of this trade. Good thing I got out. And the next thing you know, you got a faux show, bro, 2 days ago. all-time lows, Andy Dufresne, Kardashian bottom, faux show, bro, breakout. And by the way, all of my friends are in KMX right now. Let's go. All my friends are in KMX right now. Let's go, people. Let's go, people. Sorry, I have live trades on. That's why I wanted to start doing this at 11 o'clock. Why are we in KMX? Oh, I'll tell you why we're in KMX. Look, it's an earnings report. It has Andy Dufresne. There's the faux show. My friend Jamie's already in from 43. I didn't buy it till 43.71. Sorry, 44.350. I sold 43.71. And then look, it gave me a chance to get back in. And now what I'm telling you to do is that if you're in that trade again, here's the 43.71. Back to the VWAP. You got to be a seller of some. Put a stop at your entry. I wouldn't even put it at the entry point. Now you put your stop at the 43.94, and hopefully this jiggle and the shuffle, the next leg up, we get to where we originally thought we were going to go, which is the high water mark right there, 45. All right, so let's keep going. So my watch list, right? Space rockets, robots, quantum AI chips, and nuclear, right? So after the open trade, you guys know about RGTI? Where's my raging bullers, man? Where's my raging bullers? Raging bullers. I brought you this stock 2-3 years ago at 91 cents. Nobody cared, right? That's why I'm so hip to this thing, right? But again, who cares about what happened 3 years ago? The stock has been paying us every day for 2 years. So the market's dipping. What do? You go to your favorite names. Go to your favorite names. My favorite stock to trade right now is Open. My second one is RGTI. I missed the first move. Oh, man. But then look what it does. Otherwise known as a faux show by the VWAP bro. Blue line, orange line. While the market was still kind of selling off. All right. So then you got the faux and you got your show and you got your payday on the RGTI. But wait, let's go down my wonderful list of stocks. You guys know about right? Uranian stocks. We all started buying these 2 weeks ago at the schmooze. Hey, the market's going down. I should be buying the dip. I missed the first move. But then you got a faux show. What? A faux show what? Faux show new entry. 1559, people. Blue line, orange line. Look at this trade, baby. 1550 to 17. We ain't even talking about options yet. Wait, there's more. USAR. You like then you love USAR. You love some USAR, but you love faux show bros even more so on stocks that you already love. Oh, that USAR ain't looking so hot this morning, Kenny. Oh, right? As somebody said this morning, oh, what are we going to do about it? I don't know. I'm going to wait to see if it faux show, and there it goes. Fake out, shake out, VWAP, breakout. My mistake here was getting the hell out of most of it on the way up, and I didn't partake in any of this part, but what a sick move. Blue line, 1592, orange line, 17.25. Are you following? So then we had the QQQ short. And for a second there, we entertained the idea that it would actually stay down today, which, again, I'm on the fence whether or not we stay red today. You know, UVXY already went down to break even. But more importantly, you know, again, here's one of those trades where if you are thinking about working for me and if you didn't go long the trade, you'd be fired. I was short the Qs, and I didn't want to cover. I wanted to hold on. I wanted to see if 588.12 was hit. And we got down to the half, and then we started bouncing. I'm like, I'm not covering. And then we started rolling, and I started saying, holy shit, am I going to be right about this? And then I was wrong. And I said to myself, uh-oh, I am not about to be faux show broed on the freaking Qs. So I covered my short right there. And if I would have went long, it would have been a pretty damn sweet trade because the faux show bro, VWAP break, ass crack, double top break is a pretty damn good trade also. Phenomenal. Now with this one, especially if you guys are trading the Qs as much as we are, you know about the 0 date options. Look how wonderful this trade was. So again, what we're do, we buy the at the monies daily options. You want to trade right at the money. So if you're going 590, but most people went 591. See how the chart's exactly the same as the Q, because we trade at the money, because it trades as if it's the stock. Ebb and flows exactly like it, right? Look at the entry point. $1.30 got you up to close to 350. Now, again, if I was in these, I'd be getting stopped out at some of these here at 250, and my stop would probably be right here at $2, and I'm not letting it go back below 181. And if you don't know what I just did, right, what Thinkorswim is really good for, obviously, to me, they have the best VWAP, and you could script your own stuff on it. That's why I love it. But it's this feature that you could put the option chain on the same screen as you chart your stock. So usually the option trader is watching the stock and then trading the option coinciding. They're watching the stock and they're trading the option, watching the stock, trading the option. Here, you could chart the option itself and trade the option as if it's just a stock. That's why I enjoy at the money options, because they trade as if it's the stock. Following? Did I lose anybody yet? I'm going to keep going. All right, wait, there was more, right? So you guys know about the OKLO, right? This is what got the whole thing started, right? So OKLO getting hammered, and it should. Stock just went up 100%. You know, again, this move is close to 100% move. Look at the pivot. That's a month. The stock just doubled in a month. You don't think it could come back down 20, 30%? Of course. And if you're thinking about it, if you really put it in perspective, the stock has gone up 600% from the Trump candle, tariff day. So it should have a pullback. Great. Glad it's having a pullback. Where do we come in? We come in and we fofo the shit out of this stock, right? Because we don't care. We don't care about parabolic moves, frothy moves, where it's going to be 3 days from now. Give me a reason today to take advantage of the smackdown. Let's fofo the shit out of this stock, right? What do you got there? You got the fake out, shake out, VWAP, buy it. And I'm a little disappointed in this one. You didn't get the extra 6 points, but look what you got. Your entry point's 113, and you got up to 122.50. How you doing? Now you're starting to see why this is legitimately the best day of trading in the history of trading, right? There hasn't been a trade that hasn't done what we were waiting for it to do and followed through. Not one. So now give me the symbols that you were trading today, and let's see if your stock did the same thing and how you traded it. So start spitting out symbols if you want. Because I could keep going. They're all going to basically be the same trade. Or we'll just sit here in silence as I revel in the awesomeness of me. We'll do that. Nobody has any questions? Nobody has any concerns? All right, cool. Show's over then. Half hour in. Hey, that's not a bad half hour. You guys going to go to Vegas? So we're thinking about going to Vegas. It's a free thing. But wait, before we have another conversation about other stocks, KMX, all right, get ready to sell some. All right, there you go. Yami, Bull, Stitch Fix. All right, I get to all those. Now, before we go any further, this is the only live trade. And we're looking for just a quarter more, right? Why? Because the way we trade is we assume stocks are going to go back to where they pivoted from once before. So look at that. You got there, and that's where the sellers were. Now that we've gotten over VWAP, we chopped. Chances are we're going to say hello to our little friend up there, which I will be very glad to sell at 45.39. 45.39. And then where we broke down from earlier is basically the 46 area. So if we can get through Sha, I look for Sha afterwards. But now if we sell some at 39, then you raise your stop to the VWAP and don't let it even break VWAP anymore. And that's how you stay in this business. That's how you stay in trades. And that's how you milk your profits. Have a target, raise stop, sell some. Wait for it. Wait for it. 37, 38, 39, sold to you. 100 shares, gone. All right. You're not selling at all, right? Got 200 shares left. Maybe you got 2,000 shares left. Sizing is up to you. I trade to have fun. I'll do 400 shares. You're trading, you want to go nuts? Maybe you're doing 4,000 shares. I don't know. For me, it's the trade. I'm showing people the success of a trade, and then you take it upon yourself to trade whichever vehicle. For instance, if you're in the 44s or the 45s, I haven't even checked if KMX even has options, but let's take a look. Oh shit, they have 45s and they're monthlies. I immediately don't care because I want weeklies. So I'm glad I didn't even check. But if you were trading any of them, it would have been the 4250s or the 45s. I'd rather not trade stocks that don't have weekly options. All right. So we're still long KMX right now. So be it, again, not a bad trade, especially if you got back in. I got out and it rallied without me. That was the joke. Got back in at the same price. And this time I got paid a little bit more. Still in it. Not selling anymore. Now I raise the stop. You know what? I'm in late again, so I don't mind raising up. Raise it up. 44.85. Kind of, yeah. I'll leave it at 44.85. I think we'll be good. All right. Very happy this one's working live in your fotch. And if we can get to, so now your order should be out there. Basically, I like putting my orders out right below my target. So 45.99 is my next out. And then above 40, and if we can get above that 46.41, we got ourselves a new high for the day. And then you start dreaming that we're going to go to the orange line, which inevitably is what I think is about to happen here. But I still sell. Even though I think we're about to get paid 2 more points, I still sell on the way up in case I'm wrong. And that's why I'm still here. All right, let's go. All right, we got this one set. You guys are long the queues still, right? Nobody should be shorting. The short trade is over, right? There are no shorts. They're done. Generational lows are in. We're about to break out and maybe rally for the next 6 to 7 months. No joke. Every down moment that this market's had has been met with a tenfold in-your-face rally. Don't be a sucker like I normally am by shorting stocks 3 days in. Literally could be over by now, the selling. Seriously. All right. Anyway. Because listen, just because the market pulled back for 2.5 days, the space rockets, robots, quantum, AI, chips, and nuclear trade, it just started, right? We're about to blast off for another 100% on the Qs, right? Just because they pulled back 8 points doesn't change a thing. As a matter of fact, it makes it even more bullish because we're coming back. Anyway, so let me go through that list of stocks. Thank you for putting some up there. I'll talk more about Vegas in a second. Yeah, Vegas, February 23rd. Let me get it for you. Hold on. So again, before I get into some charts, hang on a second. By the way, if you're short the Qs right now, come here closer to the screen. So anyway, it's a free event. You just got to get there. I probably will be doing, I might be doing a paid event. I don't know. I'll sneak you guys in the back door somehow. But it's It's a good reason to go to Vegas. I always love going to Vegas. I love Vegas. I think I like Nashville better nowadays, but I love me some Vegas. 2 nights. I'm flying in the 23rd. I'll do the presentations probably the 24th. I'm doing a panel and then another like VWAP breakaway. I'll have my own room. I think that's going to be a paid for thing, but I think it's free if you pay to be there, or you have to pay. I don't know how it's structured, but either way, I'll be on stage and we'll have a good time, and then we'll go party and do karaoke at the Cosmo. Because if you haven't done live band karaoke, it's a shit ton of fun. So we're doing that. All right. All right. So let's go. UAMY. UAMY. That's a strange symbol, but I hope you bought it. Right? First one. First one out of the gate. Right? Faux show VWAP shuffle bro to the orange line. Thank you. Thank you. Right? Fake out, shake out. You didn't get the bro immediately, but the shuffle and the jiggle is great because that's telling you the stock's making its mind up. You don't got to be worried unless it breaks down here to and here. It made its mind up, and it certainly made its mind up. And see ya. Phenomenal. Great trade. I'd be out of it by now. I'd be out of most of it by now with a stop of that last pivot right there at 666. Carvana. I don't even look at her anymore. Oh, coincidentally, a faux show bro, fake out, shake out, and a VWAP breakout. Right? And by the way, nobody's short the Qs, right? We're about to go green across the board. Like I said, this is by far the greatest day in the history of trading. And it hasn't even gotten to the point where it starts to rip yet. This is just the beginning stages of the squeeze that's about to happen over the next 6 months. It all starts today. If we go green today, there might not be any shorters left with any money after what the market's done to them again today, and continues to do to them and will continue to do to them for all perpetuity. In all perpetuity. That's why shorting is short-lived, and you're going to die. Carvana, right? Awesome. You should still be in it. Fake out, shake out, blue line to the orange line. Blue line to the orange line. Look at this trade. 359 got you 367. And you should still be in it because you broke over prior day VWAP and tested it from on top. Super bullish, right? Just like the Qs, right? That's just like the Qs are about to do. You haven't even got to the orange line yet. When you get over the orange line, you break and then you pull back and hold it. You're going to rip. By the way, is anybody in the Gemmy still? Because you're lucky I sold it, because now it's going to go up 27.50 probably. Look at this thing. Look, they tried this stop hunting program right there. Tried to get you out. Look where it goes back to. Never broke down. That's why if you're still in it, good job. You should still be in it. The harder they try to get you out, the more the stock goes up. That's why the faux show bro works out so great. Right? That's why the faux show bro works so well, because it traps morons that still think the market's able to go down for an extended period of time, which it can't. It won't. It doesn't go down anymore. So this figment of our imagination of the market going down for the last 2.5 days, poof, it's gone. It's over. UVXY is negative. There is no bear market. There are no pullbacks. There are no opportunities to stay short. You can short, but it's always going to end. And it ends faster and more aggressively than ever. That's the difference 2025 has shown us. The ideas of there being a down move that's going to last more than, again, you got 2.5 days. Not even. You got 1.5 days. And where did we go? Nowhere. All we did was test a couple of days worth of VWAP to the downside. But now you know how significant today's lows are, because today's lows now are new generational lows unless they get broken, which you may never see them. You may never see Qs below 588.50 ever again in our lifetime. You got to start factoring that in. Is as absurd as that. So you're saying, Kenny, these 3 days are going to be the last 3 down days in our life? Yep, that's what I'm saying. Because every time, that's what happens. I'm not going to be a victim to a market that doesn't go down anymore. So if you think these 3 days was something scary, they were nothing. We pulled back to prior support. It's just like any other day. This time it just took 2 days. You don't think we're going green right now and we're about to blast off? I don't know what to tell you. It's not me. Look at what's happening. Sick. So you want to look at Stitch Fix, do you? By the way, if your stock looks like Stitch Fix today, you shouldn't own it. If your stock didn't put up a fight today, you shouldn't own it. If your stock ends up down today and the market goes green, you shouldn't own it. It's days like today where if your stock didn't participate in the rally, your stock's a dick. Seriously. You own a stock that's not participating in this rip right now, this monstrous squeeze that we're happening right now, the buy on dip from the stock gods, and your stock's not participating in it, get rid of it. Seriously. You're not participating in the rally, then what's going to happen? If the market actually gets worse, your stock usually gets even worse. Stitch Fix, awful. Awful. How is this thing down? Right? That's what you got to be saying about anything. This is a day where you check your portfolio. You got a stock that didn't participate in the upside move today, your stock's a dick. Get rid of it. Because this one's drifting lower as the market's picking up steam. It's awful, right? Oof. By the way, Q's new highs, people. New highs. Nobody's shorting, right? It's past tense. The short was shorted. It's over. It's been over. It's been over since 10:04. And that's what separates the VWAPians and the hit the bid crew from any other traders on earth. We understand. That it's not about what you think or how you feel. Hey, the market just told you something and it's yelling at you. Don't short. Still along the KMX, right? You're not freaking out. What did it do? Ooh, it pulled back a little bit. Okay. And then what happened? Ooh, look at that spike. Did you catch that one? You should still be in the name, right? Still in an uptrend, still above VWAP. September 25th, 2025. The greatest trading day in the history of ever. So let's take a look at Bull. That one's hasn't been all right. It never hasn't broken out, but let me just guess. It probably hit 1250 and bounced $1. Oh, close. See, if your chart of a stock that you own doesn't look like this today, sell it. Because good stocks all faux show bro today. Bad stocks are sitting at lows. Even KMX, right? If your stock didn't at least make a fight today, your stock stinks. Like V-Wave, the stock stinks, right? Nobody cares now. But I'm telling you, they'll come back to this bad boy one day, hopefully before December. But if you got RGTI, you don't care. You got the Qs long, you don't care about V-Wave. You got KMX, you don't care. You got USAR, you don't care. You got UUU, you don't care, right? Let's go. You got Bull, you don't care. DNN, let's see, DNN. Yeah, right? Even this piece of garbage, right? And I affectionately call it a piece of garbage because, yeah, it just doesn't move that much. But There you go. Faux show, bro, VWAP break. You understand? It's every trade. It's every trade. First Solar, FSLR. Hello. Hello. How about a faux show, bro, right there? Fake out, shake out, VWAP, shuffle, breakout. Oh, okay. Keep going. Let's go. MSTR. MSTR. That one I don't really watch anymore because it's just a Bitcoin tracking stock. I don't really care. But, oh, there you go. One that hasn't done anything to the upside. Garbage. Not rallying today. Your stock's garbage. Seriously. MSTR. SMCI. SMCI. There you go. Faux show, bro. VWAP break. Good stock. Good stock. There it is. Fake out, shake out, VWAP break. You get it? See how many, every single. So if you went and just went to your go-to name, my go-to names are what? Open, Qs, RGTI, USAR, UUU, OKLO, right? FOFO, Palantir, Carvana, right? What do you got? QS. Let's see if QS did. Oh my God. Look, a faux show, bro. VWAP to the orange line. Wow, this is just, no, this is just a coincidence how well this trade works. It's just a coincidence, right? It's just a coincidence that's been working for 20, going on 13 years, going on 4 years. It'll be 4 years in October without a loss on the setup. You had over 100 to choose from today. Let's go. BB, who even trades BlackBerry? Apparently nobody, but actually it just made a turn right now. That's a significant turn because it held prior day VWAP again. Not bad. MSTR, I hate MSTR. SBET, faux show, bro, VWAP break, you got paid. RR. Now, I'm going to say RR didn't participate today. Oh, it did. And it was under 4. Look at that. Faux show, bro. 4 got you 430. Awesome. Sophie, that one's been a monster. My dad's the man. In at $15 cost average. Where's that one? Oh, okay. Little faux show, bro. VWAP break. Blue line to orange line. You see what I'm doing here? You see what I'm doing? You see what I'm showing you here, people? Get familiar with this trade. C-pop? Isn't that a style of music? Holy shit! Whatever that is, did it just get halted? Because you might want to buy it right this second. What the fuck is that? C-pop? Oh my God, it is halted. And now it's my new favorite stock. Whoa. Stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin your whole day. What in the heck is that? Apparently we've traded it. So many stocks. If there's a red line on my chart, that means I actually traded it because that's usually where I put my pivots. So it's funny because I don't even remember this stock. And obviously I traded it before. Sick. GoPro. Now you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. I love it. No, actually I don't love GoPro, but I like that you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. It's stocks like that were just, these are all the rage this year. Any worthless piece of garbage stock that you could think of caught a squeeze this year. So all kidding aside, let's talk about what we witnessed today, right? Generational lows. Right? So if the Qs, and again, I'm hoping this is how it plays out. This is what I hope happens. Do I get what I want? Hardly ever. We don't go green today. UVXY spikes back to 1140, 1150. Market sells off. Double bottom at the 488.50. We rip into the close, crushing shorts again. They all get freaked out. They don't want to hold short. Tomorrow we gap up and then we roll again, break the 588.50 generational low, and then we get down to where I think we can get to. And I know talking about downside moves is just irresponsible, but if this market's really going to move on from this momentary fart in the wind of selling, it'd be great if we get that true test. And that's just from lows from the 17th is your 20-day VWAP. We break this area, we go here. And if it happens tomorrow, it's going to be awesome. But right now, I'm just rooting for some chop right now. I want everybody to get all beat up. I want people to be pissed and angry and confused. Gap it up tomorrow. Let the shorters have their way. And I think we could get a nice little, retrace of this up move just now. Pull back, double bottom, and that'll be it. That'll be it. What you're witnessing today, it'll be 20-fold. So yeah, today's balance is phenomenal so far. Sell them off one more time, trap more people, like another fake out, shake out moment. Oh, we're never coming back, ever. I don't think we're going to get that because it's too good to be true if it sets up perfectly like that. And again, I don't need that to happen right now. It's just irresponsible to be short right this second. So I can tell you. But, I have to qualify everything I say now because I'm doing a little day trading, or I'm doing mostly day trading. I got my swings on. I got some things I would deem as an investment. I'm a little bit all over the place. I want to reel that back in. That's why I keep qualifying and restating what I'm doing, whether or not you're following along. I still have very, very little exposure to the market, right? That's why a day like today, I should have played a little bit bigger because the market proved that it was not going down anymore, at least for the last hour and a half. And that's all I need. You give me an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, and most of these fantastic trades are going to happen on a pivot. 9:45 to around 11:45 is where most of the money is going to be made. And then you consolidate it. Hang on. All right, let's go trade some C-pop and ruin our day. Ready? Let's go. Let me walk you through it, right? So right now, anything above a new high, you just got the shorters to cover, right? And the longs who like buying breakouts. Now, for the VWAPians, they're in here. So they're selling it to these people. Chaparuski. Now, out of the halt, there's the candle. So the halt candle low is $2. So right now, anybody that's still in it is going to use the $2 as they're out. Breaks 2, goes lower. Holds 2 again, you're going to get some encouragement, and they're going to want to buy it. Now, let me see where this thing has been. Oh, man. This really is some pump and dump penny stock. Yuck. But apparently we were trading this thing over in 850 at one point a couple of weeks ago. Wow. I don't remember this. Oh, that was back. Oh, it's 2 years ago. Oh, so we did actually trade this stock. It was 2 years ago. Ugh. C-pop. So now that it broke the 2 and it didn't go anywhere, they got stopped out. I'd like to see it flirt back down to 178. And then if they faux show it again, I'd be interested. I don't want to go blowing a good day by trading a penny stock. But right now, it's more or less consolidating at the upper level. It's not awful if you're still in it. That blue line, that's your hard stop now. TQQ, well, the QQQ. It was just like kind of right there. You broke the low of the day, you came right back, you rallied, and then you tested it. So it was basically here. But for me, I didn't cover it till it broke over the VWAP and broke over the double top. Now, I should have hit the button twice. In this case, I just covered it and go long today. My mistake. C Pop Culture Company Limited, huh? I'm going to go ahead and say definitely Chinese stock, right? And the business model is something that probably just use a bunch of words, right? That don't describe anything. Let's see. I'm curious. It'll probably have the same. They'll probably just copy and paste the FOFO profile and put it on CPOP. I'm gonna go ahead. Easy Chinese company, right? It's got to be right. Of course. CPOP. Oh no, wait. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I could be wrong. Could be right. Go. There you go. Oh, not only, oh my God, you got the best of all worlds or the worst of all worlds. Not only is it some Chinese fake company, right? Wait, let's read the profile. Hold on a second. I got to get my glasses on. Making me read and shit. Pop culture hosts entertainment events to corporate clients in China. Sure. The company hosts concerts and hip hop related events, including stage play dance competitions. So they're a breakdancing group from China. That's what they are. So they're breakdancers from China. That's their business model. Great. No, the company doesn't exist, right? It's fake. No Chinese stocks are real. But their news today is that this breakdancing duo from China have gotten into the Bitcoin treasury bullshit fad. So their stock has to go up at least 50%. And that's the story. So this breakdancing group from China said, hey, we own one Bitcoin, buy our stock. And that's the market we're in, otherwise known as the FOFO market, right? Because FOFO is not a real company, right? And the stock just went from $4 to 30. So does it matter what these companies do? The answer is no. As long as there's activity and volume, just like open, right? I don't care that this is an open table anymore. It's forever open table. Like somebody corrected me the other day. You know it's not open table, right? I'm like, yeah, but who cares? The symbol is OPEN. That's all I care about, and it's moving. I don't care that it's Open Technologies and they're a real estate wannabe company, right? It's fun to trade, and it moves every day. Inevitably, the stock will be at zero. No doubt. I have no doubt the stock's going to zero inevitably. No doubt. Garbage company, worthless piece of garbage, right? But who cares? Every time this thing dips, it becomes an awesome trade, right? And that's all I care about right now. Just like Gemmy, right? Now, Gemmy, on the flip side, I think this stock inevitably goes to 120 because the Winklevoss brothers are going to figure out a way to get this thing to break out inevitably. And when everybody starts buying it because it breaks all-time highs, look, the all-time high is 46. When it breaks there, it goes to 50. 50 gets you 80, 80 gets you 120. I got no doubt that the Winklevoss brothers will somehow use their connections, use their money to push this thing. But it was awful to get started. This one I actually think is going to turn out to be good. That being said, what a nice stock to focus on the last 2 days with faux show bros and multi-day VWAP breaks. Awesome. All right. That hour went by really quick. There will be no schmooze today. But if you guys want to get involved with what we're doing, now is the time. You have to be able to experience and profit from days like today, because this is the day where you made your year. You made your year, not your yearly salary. You paid for your yearly subscription on day one. If you entered my room last night and said, all right, let's play, you just made your whole year in one day. Prices are going up. We're going to have a lot more features going forward. Inevitably, hopefully we get this algo thing piped into the room somehow, but that's going to be a whole different thing. Glick's picks are definitely coming. And then inevitably what we got to do with Don, if you guys are fundamentals, if you guys like having the fundamental picture to back up your ideas, this is the guy. He's got connections with analysts. He's got connections with analysts. He's got connections with the guys that you want, hedge fund analysts that don't put their picks on Yahoo Finance. The ones that are actually making things happen don't post on Yahoo. The analysts that are moving things, he's got that connection. So it's nice to know. And again, he's a smart guy. And if you haven't watched our podcast, it's The Trader's Edge on my YouTube channel. And he's going to be a big part of what we're doing going forward also. And it's a great, just a vast amount of information that, you know, if you're a member of our website, you're going to get access to that guy too. Peace, my friends. Have a great weekend. If I don't see you tonight, tomorrow, next day, we'll talk more about Vegas. If you guys want to come, it should be a fun trip. I'll make t-shirts for all of us, free shirts, free hats. I love giving out free stuff. And nice hanging with you today. All right. Be good. Be careful. Stay sane. Talk StubHub. Love it. I love it at 15. But that one's not doing well. But I'm good. I'm glad. I'm looking for it to pull back to 15. I actually might buy that stock to own. But right now, this Gemmy, the reason you're in it is because of faux show, bro. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. The stock has now triple bottomed at 2250 area, and you've got some follow through to the upside. I'm digging the stock, and it's just hard not to be bullish. It really is, especially on a day like today. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Do all those things with buttons, and join up. Join the website. Prices are going up on November 1st, and then exponentially next year on January 1st, because by then we should have all these new features and stuff. All right. Sarai. And keep buying silver. Yay. Oh, wait, before we go, I got another 50 coins. Check this bad boy out. You probably can't see it, but I'll show it to you anyway. Oh, you can't see it. It's kind of like, but it's sad. It's Achilles with a sword jumping. I just got, basically every 2 weeks I buy I buy either 20 or 40 some silver rounds. It's cool if you could see it. It's beautiful, actually. All right, let's go silver. Hi-ho silver. Silver to 50, then to 80. And I'll see you when the Qs are at 707.